Hello, hello, hello. So this is live. So I'm not sure if anybody's going to watch because I really did not take the time to put it out there and present it. Today's Sunday, and I just wanted to share some things on my channel today, which I'm live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and I believe maybe Facebook. And it's all about my channel is more than anything. It is really about helping people move faster in their careers. I wrote an article today on LinkedIn, which is basically building wealth over 50. And as I'm doing this, I'm realizing more and more every day that I have these conversations with so many different people that are all ages, but mainly it is the older that's over 50 that are in some type of career changes. They're in a place where they're trying to figure out their current career, how to make extra income, looking at retirement, how to retire, right? And I go from experiences because I've been in the insurance and real estate business for ever since I was 27. So as I sit down with people at their kitchen tables, I've learned so much from them of again, struggles. 1 minute, everything's going fine. This past few years, a lot of people lost a lot of money in their 401k plans. I go to Walmart and I'm seeing individuals who are, just older that are working, and sometimes it kind of just hits you that, life is moving very quickly and life is changing very quickly. And if you're not really preparing yourself for it, you're going to get to a point to where physically and mentally and emotionally, you cannot really save yourself. Okay, let's put it that way. It's kind of like jumping out into the water and not really having a game plan. That if you're in the middle of the ocean and you're saying, okay, I got to get off this boat that is sinking, but you don't have a raft, you don't have a life preserver, you don't have certain things, you're going to drown. So that's pretty much what I feel in life for myself and others, that a lot of people are just going through some challenges to really figure out, how can I make extra money, or how can I create a retirement plan? But I haven't been blessed by having a company that I've worked for the last 10, 20, 30 years. You and I both know 401k plans and retirement plans, sometimes you're not able to fund it fast enough because you can't put enough money into it because you're needing that money today to live, right? I have some friends that have gotten to the point to where they're retired or they thought they were retired, right? And when they sold their businesses or sold their real estate, they had to create other income streams, right? Because it's no cash flow. So sometimes we're getting to the point saying, okay, we want to sell our business or sell our real estate or whatever it may be so we can retire. But after you sell that stuff, then you're hit with taxes. And that's where estate planning comes in. So you got to kind of have a team at all times around you to help really understand what you're faced with, what you can do and what you can't do. And that's where it really comes down to having individuals in your life to help you strategize. And that is really what I am just very passionate about, because in my life, I'm 54. So after 50, you're starting to realize, hey, it's coming fast. And we used to think 60, 65 is what people say we can retire at. And I'm trying to create my retirement faster. And when I say retirement, that doesn't mean don't do anything. Because when you say that you're not going to work anymore, but you still want to enjoy life and you still want to go out to eat, you still want to go on trips, you have to create an income stream that's going to continue to come in to give you that ability to live. My father's 93 years old and he worked for Shell Oil Refinery. He was in a great position as a buyer. And, I'm seeing his life that he's outliving, right? He's already pretty much outliving his investments or outliving his savings, right? And if it wasn't for my family, my sister, myself, and my brother, he would be in a bad situation, right? But because we've been there for him, which some people are blessed, some people are not, they have kids that have your back. Again, when it comes down to your family, sometimes you can't really count on your family and friends to take care of you, and you don't know who's going to be around when that happens, right? And these are all, again, factors, right? These are all things we don't think about. So I'm very adamant on, if you're at a point to where you don't have all your ducks in a row and you're struggling right now, then you're going to struggle even more later on. So get out of the comfort zone is what I basically say, and push yourself to learn, push yourself to get around and get some people who can be in your life to help you answer some questions. And if you're not pushing yourself to ask questions, then where do you feel you're going to get the answers? How are you going to get the answers? The answers are not going to just show up by someone knocking on your door. I pray just like everyone else, but God tells me that he's going to give me the ability or the opportunities, but I got to work for it. I think that's by James in the Bible. I'm not going to talk scripture because I don't know the Bible like I should. All I do is I live in faith, I live in belief, and I try to do good for people around me, and that I feel good about that. So as long as I take care of people around me and do things that I feel is affecting and bringing value to the community that I live in and the people that are around my inner circle, that makes me feel, hey, I'm going in the right place. I don't know the Bible backwards and forwards like many people. It's just like football players or baseball players. I don't know every person on a team. I don't know their stats. I don't know their statistics. I don't make money on them. So it doesn't really affect my life on what they do. I like watching football, I like watching sports. So not going to get off on that topic. So if you're interested in sharing some comments, if you're watching this, my biggest goal for doing lives and doing the things that I do, you can probably find me everywhere on YouTube or any type of channel. You can Google Renee Manford. You'll find me everywhere pretty much on all different channels. Now, it's taken me years to really build my brand. And my brand is been in the process, I guess, over the course of the years that I find myself at 54 right now, that I'm really putting and doubling down on online education and e-learning, because I'm finding that more and more people that are just lost on knowing what to do. I deal with a lot of people who are, again, maybe the tugboat industry, right? They're making good money, but they're being taxed. So if you are working today, and if you're that person that's working, you need to have an LLC on the side. The reason you want to create an LLC on the side is so you can get some of the taxes back that the W-2 is taking from you. And when I say that, majority of people don't understand, well, how do I do that? When you set up an LLC, the government and the world and IRS system has basically built it to where you have the opportunity to expense things that you spend money on. As a W-2 employee, you're not able to benefit from that benefit, right? So when you're self-employed, is what I learned pretty much right around 2021 is where my CPA and I had a conversation. And I was working offshore, and I was making, back then in 1989, I think I was somewhere around $18 an hour, $17 an hour. So I was doing pretty good from a financial position. But every time I worked overtime, which I worked 18-hour days sometimes. I mean, literally, I was working my butt off because I just I was trying to make more money, right? How can you make more money? Work overtime, do whatever I could do. And every time I got to check, though, it was like half, right? That's where I went to my CPA and I told him I want my money back. How do I get my money back? And he told me, so let's set up a business. And at that time, I was doing a little personal training. I had a little grass cutting stuff, whatever, nothing serious. And I didn't really consider myself a business at that point. But he showed me how to set up an LLC. And every year, I would basically just keep track of all my expenses, whether it's my phone bill, insurance, clothing, if I bought anything, if I went on trips. So I gave him at the end of the year, here's my income, W-2 or 1099, whatever income statements I had. And then here's my expenses. And that's how I was able to get a lot of that money that came out from taxes back. So every year I was getting $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 back. Then I started getting into real estate. And that's really where I really started realizing the benefit of having a side business. So when you have a side LLC, the first thing you're doing it for is for tax purposes, but at the same time to really start teaching yourself how to run your life like a business. And when you start running your life like a business, it takes on a different realm that you are an income producer. So all you're doing is in this life that you live is figuring out ways of how to bring income into the household, whether it's you, your wife, your children, whatever. We all are kind of like combined as we're bringing income into the household. And you can have different ways of doing that, whether it's physical, right? So you're going to work and you're basically trading time for money. So that's an income. So you're a brand right there. And then when I say that, sometimes people don't get it, that I always looked at my life that if I go to work and I'm providing them a value of my service, I'm going to get paid. So I'm building my brand. So people know me as my name, just like you. You have all you have in this world is your name. So when you look at Warren Buffett, you look at Brad, movie stars, whatever, God dang it, whatever movie stars. People get so idolized on these movie stars, but they don't really understand that sometimes it's their brand that created their wealth. So when you look at yourself, you got to start looking at yourself as, hey, how do people know you? What do they know you of? So maybe some people might say, Renee, what do you do? I do different things. Yes, I have been in the insurance business for years, real estate, consulting. I have a lawn care business. So why do I do different things? Because one, I chose to do those different things instead of going to school. I went to earn and learn. So that's my way of bypassing the school system and wasting time, because I have attention deficit. I don't have time for waste in my day. And so I felt, okay, well, if I can just go work for somebody or do something for somebody, I can learn it faster. Plus I'm earning. And sometimes I do things just to help people, and I'm learning by just doing it. So now I've learned something. So it's every day you're learning something. So how can you take that something you've learned and turn it into a business, turn it into a cash flow, turn it into a service that can help people solve problems? So the world we live in is all about problems and solutions. So if you can get good at whatever the skill is, and you're over 50, 40, whatever it may be, you basically start looking at yourself as, hey, I got to start building my brand, and I got to start figuring out what is it that I can do that can create cash flow. So when I started my lawn care business at let's say 2015, my cousin, I was in insurance with Allstate. I was doing very well. Had a partnership with a large dealership group, and we were doing very well. I wasn't looking for other income at the time because I was focused on that income. Now, when I started the lawn care business, it was mainly because I understand business. I understand some different skills. I have sales skills and stuff. And my cousin had the ability of working in the field and doing the work. And he already had a few clients. And I think we were right around 70. He was making around 60 or 70,000 at the time. And so we took that business and that idea from a person, a truck, and a basic equipment, and we started growing it. And over the years has pretty much been a good 300,000 plus business. This year, we're probably going to be close to around 600, 800. My goal is to get it to 1 million. And at the time, it's you don't think about this business as being a lucrative business. But what I've learned, there's companies out there who do incredible millions a year, right? So it is possible. You can be an electrician. So if you're good at electrical work, or if you're good at plumbing, or if you good at basic construction, then every single household in your neighborhood, if you tell them what you do and how you can help them with anything that they need, then they'll think about you. But if you don't tell anybody what you do or expose yourself to people, then how do you expect for them to know, right? And that's where I sometimes get very frustrated with individuals who have certain businesses, but they're not really exposing themselves out there and telling people what they do and everything else. So it's like, how can you expect to get business if you're not consistently promoting yourself and promoting your ideas? So in this live and things that I do on a daily basis, I create content on LinkedIn. LinkedIn has really become one of my favorites between LinkedIn and YouTube. And the reason why is because these two channels are really where most business people are, or this is where people are really looking, I guess, to get more knowledge, get more education, or get more exposure. And you have to look at on a daily basis that what are you doing to promote your stuff and putting value out there in sharing with people examples, before and afters. Give me an example of that. So when you have a before and after, that gives you a chance. I mean, I'm going to bring some stuff in here. And again, I'm not sure if anybody's out there. If anybody's watching and wants to ask any questions, feel free to do that. I'm going to play with a few things right now to try to share my screen on what I am talking about with LinkedIn, that if you're not on LinkedIn, how LinkedIn can be very beneficial for you. So let me go here real quick. So when you come on LinkedIn, LinkedIn is really what I find is, again, one of the most beneficial places to be that majority of people are on at this point, that are business people, CEOs, individuals who are looking for career opportunities, individuals who are trying to either promote their businesses or whatever. So I mean, it's really is, I find, again, LinkedIn is just really organized. It's a very cool platform that it gives you so many different things that you can do with it. So it's not just about, creating different ads or creating different promotions, but it's, it's a way where you can decorate yourself, your banner, right, to show what you do. So my content is basically, or basically just turning your podcast content into paying clients, or just turning content into clients. And I've made relationships and partnerships with individuals over the course of the last few years because of me just doing this. And just because I've learned so many different skills, now it's turned into clients that have found me, whether it's watching my LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, whatever stuff. And again, it's only because I've been doing it. So if you're over 50 and you're looking to try to figure out how to create a retirement plan, I tell everyone, let's start building your brand. Let's start your YouTube channel. Let's start your LinkedIn. Let's start kind of getting yourself a little bit cleaned up to where you can bring value to someone and start sharing with people what you can do for them. And if you can bring value to them by helping them with whatever, whether it's hair, whether it's makeup, whether it's, doing some graphics, do you know how to build graphics? Do you know how to do copywriting? So these are different things that I've built into my LinkedIn page to where you can have so many different ways of creating services. You have comments, videos, images. I create newsletters and posts. And these are all things that I do on a daily basis by just bringing value, by sharing with people on what you can do. So I created one article last night, and it's all about, funnel versus the website. So everybody says, well, I need a website. Yes, you do need a website, but at the same time, what is a funnel? Most people don't really understand what a funnel is and why is a funnel very beneficial. So what I'm going to share here is what the basic overall understanding of a funnel does. And when you create a funnel, you're basically just creating a system that is automatic. So I'm going to bring you through a process of this is what is considered a funnel. So this is a landing page. So when you start your business, whatever it may be, again, or I show people how you can even start this business from we do it for you, that it's a proven blueprint to launch your online business. And again, I tell people straight up, just need focus, but most people don't focus long enough and they don't believe enough in themselves to accomplish anything. That is the reality that I have found through the years of training people in insurance, real estate, different businesses. It's like they ask a question and I tell them the answer, but the answer is you got to learn and you got to take time to understand and do things. But most people don't, I don't know what they're looking for. They're looking for a magic pill There is no magic pill that's going to get you closer to the goal. You have to do the work. Just like with exercising, you can't just expect the pill to help you lose weight. You have to do a combination of things. You have to wake up early in the morning. You have to work out. You have to do about at least 30 minutes of exercise, combination of a little bit of cardio, a little bit of weight training, eating right. So if you're looking to gain weight or lose weight, which most people are looking to lose weight, and you have to figure out what you're putting in your mouth on a daily basis. So again, all of these different things come around to, if you want to build an online business or a business in general, you have to kind of get yourself to where you take your YouTube channel, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, get those things looking like a store, like you're serious. And when you go to my channels, you'll kind of see everything is very much the same profile picture, the same banners in the way. I tried to create a brand to where when people go to it, they see that I'm pretty much 99% business. Yes, you're going to see some personal things that I share. Not much though. I don't really get off on sharing, what car I'm driving, all those different things. I have basic trucks. So I'm a truck guy. Those make me money. I don't need a sports car. Yes, I will probably have a sports car one day. But it's not a need in my part of my life at this point. And I don't need to prove anything to anyone. So I don't need a car. But so what I say with this is what's called a funnel. So it's called a landing page. So if you have a pen and pencil, you're sitting down, you're listening, you can go through this. If not, you can go back through the videos later on. But a landing page is nothing more than a place where you can get people to go to, and before they can go through it, they have to put their information in. And why do I want their information? So I can stay in touch with them. So if I know that you have an interest in learning more, all it does is it goes into my system and I figure out, hey, I can stay in touch with the person by just sending some information for additional help. So when a person clicks in, then they can go in here. And this basically is a friend and also a partner of mine, Michelle, who we created this video to where she kind of shares what our program does for those who don't have a current business, or if they're looking to learn how to build a platform like this to promote their business or idea or products or services. So this program is designed to not only help people who don't have a business, who want to use this and have 100% master resale rights. What is master resale rights? Think about it like a franchise. So you buy a franchise, whether it's Starbucks, Jimmy John's, Wendy's, McDonald's, or whatever, and you're basically investing into their system. And when you buy that system, now you can basically resell it. The same thing with this. What I tell everyone again, when you're buying a coffee shop or a coffee business, which I've had, and when you're doing these different things, you got to look at, okay, if I'm going to spend $1 million on this location, just up front, you have a lot of money invested and a lot of time. You really don't know what you're doing. So you're basically paying for the hopes that you're going to be able to create the business, get the business going, and just follow the system to succeed with it. With our program, is the same thing. We bring you into something that doesn't cost you as much, and you're getting our system 100% to where you have training and everything in the back office that we have hundreds, if not about hundreds of videos. We also have a mastermind team of 47,000 other members. In the last 2 years, this partner I made relationship with, Michelle, has built up a organization of 47,000 members. She's made well over $4 million. She's helped create more 106-figure earners than any other program. I'm benefiting from this system because it's now helped me recreate another revenue stream in a part of what I'm doing. And with the relationship, instead of me having to design this, create this whole platform, we show people how it's done for you. You just have to go in, you have to learn a little bit, you have to plug in a few things. Just like if you started a new job, you're going to start a new job. So when you start the job, you have an opportunity where you got to go in and you're going to learn some things. You're not going to know everything on day one, but you have to do something. So as you go through this process, so if you go to digitalpronow.com, I don't know where I'm going to put that I don't know if I'm going to put that somewhere in the notes or somewhere, but But I'll worry about that later. So if you're interested in learning more about how this program pretty much works, then you can let's see, let me see if I'm going to remove this one, and I'm going to go to present a new screen. So here is where we go through, if you don't have a business, okay, and if you're looking to build an online business, or if you want to learn how to take your current business and create landing pages and create different offers, or create understanding the different ways of how to market yourself, our program is designed to help you understand the different ways of learning the different strategies on how to use YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever different social media channels. And that will give you the ability where you can start really seeing the big picture of consistently every day learning and doing and applying. And that's sometimes, again, that's the biggest challenge that I find, is that majority of individuals, they want to start making money, but they don't know how to start, or they're not willing to pay the price or putting the time to learning some different skills or different things. But that's what this program is designed for. And what I bring people through it is to help guide them through what I feel is going to help them, just like it's helped me. So we give you some opportunities where you can go through and you can see that this is a landing page or another page. We do all this for you. We provide everything for you to where you have everything into one, and you're getting access to my community, and you're getting access to another community of 47,000 members. So you're getting access to people who are doing things. You're getting access to people who are creating income streams, literally in the six figures, 200, 300, 400,000 a year, just by using this program. It's not magic, but it is work. It is something you're going to have to put a little bit of effort into. And just like anything, you have to go to work to get paid. The same thing with this. It's just a different life. So yes, here's a Sunday. I'm on here on a Sunday. So do I consider this work? No, I consider this part of what I have to do to keep broadcasting my brand, what I do, and helping people and building my clientele. So it's 3 o'clock. I'm going to be finished with this in about the next 30 minutes. I got the rest of the day. I'm going to do some cleaning around the house, outside, stuff like that, right? Go eat something later on. So every day I kind of spend a few hours on doing productive things for my business and my brand, my online, as well as my offline business, right? So when you're starting to kind of look at your life, what is it that you're doing today that's going to pay off in the next 2, 3 years, 4 years, right? If you're not doing it today, when do you expect to do it? And it doesn't get easier as we get older to learn new things. So I share with everyone that if I can just help you understand and learn and be exposed and kind of overcome the fears that most people have, or it's the skepticism, I guess, most people have, is that every single thing that you focus on and manifest and really want, it can come true, but you have to really want it. And you have to be willing to put in the time and the energy to follow the directions. And when you plug in the lamp you don't get light when you plug in to the source. So I tell everyone, if they plug into the sources that I'm providing, the reason I'm providing these resources is to help people move faster, help people get over the uncertainty or the fear or whatever it may be. I'm good at pushing people to do things. Why? Because that's what I do. I'm a doer. I don't sit here and wait. I don't wait for someone to come knock on my door, telling me what to do. I've just created different income streams that I am just adamant about. Instead of saying, no, I can't do something, I'm just willing to go through the pain of learning or making some mistakes, which I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars of mistakes. I can't even explain that one. But I do share with you that some people worry about making mistakes. I don't worry about making mistakes. I'm going to make a mistake, and I'm willing to pay the price on making a mistake so I can not make more mistakes. So I don't know how else to say that. But I think that majority of people are they're stuck on worrying more about making the mistake versus just doing something that is going to potentially benefit them. So I don't really worry about making mistakes. I worry about not making mistakes, I guess you can say. I worry about getting comfortable, and I worry about staying uneducated, and I worry about not putting in the price now, because I see, again, individuals who are older, in their 50s, in their 60s, in their 70s, in their 80s, and in their 90s, that they did not put the time and energy and effort into learning and building cash flow systems in the years in their working years. You're going to probably have someone needing to wipe your ass before you're going to die. Now, I say that because I've gone through this with several family members, that if you don't have some type of cash flow or system or something built up for you to have a long-term care person to come to your house on a weekly basis to help you do things that you might not physically be able to do, you're going to pay for that. It's not free. And unless you have a family member, but the challenge with the family members, just like with our family, we work. My sister, she's a very high income position with her job. I have a couple of businesses. My brother had, so it's like we're just, my father's lucky that we're able to move around. We don't really have we have the capabilities, I guess you can say, but not many people I have seen have been blessed with that. Some people have had to move to different places for cheaper rent and better positions and opportunities. So many people have to sell their homes and cash out on whatever assets, things of that nature, and downsize. So it all depends on where you want to be in the future years. Do you want to stay in the house that you're in? Do you have it paid off? How much debt do you have? How much assets do you have? What cash flow is coming in? When you have a 401k plan, it sounds good, but at the same time, still, when you're in those retirement years, you're going to be taxed on that income. So if you're taking off $50,000 or $100,000 per year out of that 401k plan, you're going to be taxed on that money. That's not free money. So that's one. Then you have different plans, again, Roth IRA plans or indexed annuities, things of that nature that you have placed. So it's not one size fits all. Again, you have individuals who are wealthy that because when they pass, because they didn't do the right preparation, their family members didn't get access to all of what they thought they were going to get because their father or mother who passed before them did not prepare the estate planning correctly. So I know this is a lot that I share, but I share all this because we tried our best, or I tried my best, on to giving as much value that I possibly can to help individuals understand you have to build cash flow systems, whether that's your personal brand, building your LinkedIn page, building Facebook, building your online business, or an offline business. Again, my name is Renee Manfrey. I enjoy what I do mainly because I find that I built a business around it. I see my retirement plan as this is part of my retirement plan. I have different things in place, but also getting in place because I'm not comfortable, that I've got to create for myself, just like anyone else, that I've got to create additional cash flow. I need to create more assets. I need to create more cash, things that are going to bring in more income through the years, that as I'm getting older or getting more tired, that create an ongoing automation, right? And that's where the education comes in. You're not going to learn this from schools. I talk to teachers. I talk to individuals who are in marketing, and it's crazy to me that majority of them are not able to teach everything to individuals because they're limited on what they can and can't do. And when I talk to marketing people sometimes who are going through these courses and classes in college that are spending 40, 50, 100,000, when I share with them some of the basic things that I've learned from some of the wealthiest people, that they're not teaching these things. They're not teaching the basics understandings of how to set up a landing page, how to create funnel, how to create a brand. And so they're teaching some basic stuff, things that are outdated. So again, I know this is one of my first lives. I plan on doing a couple of lives per week if I can get to the point of just getting my own schedule coordinated, because it does take time. So again, I don't tell anyone who's doing this type of a plan that if you want to build an online business, it's just like any other business. You got to put the time in. You got to put a little bit of effort into planning. You got to put a little bit of effort into understanding and providing resources that people can get access to. And that's where my resources come in from, either my LinkedIn, my websites, Renee Manfrey, YouTube channel, all these different channels I provide, and I'm constantly putting on new content to provide information, education, and knowledge. And all individuals like yourself have to do, if you want to learn more, just plug in to one of the systems and just ask questions, to message me, whatever. And I can direct you on based conversation. I try to make it very easy for everyone that I really can't tell anyone what they can do and can't do until I really understand what and where you are. It's like a doctor. I can't just call a doctor's office and say, hey, doc, I have a pain. Can you send me some prescriptions? He's going to have to pull me in. I'm going to have to do some blood work and take some tests before he can give me a solution to my problem. So the same thing with business. I can't say that anyone can do anything until I really understand where you are currently and what you're capable of doing and what you're willing to do more than anything. So I can tell you that you can have this business or this business or this business, but it's hard for me to kind of tell you, hey, you have to do this first thing first, one step. So let's say you want to start in an insurance business like I did at 27, didn't know anything about insurance. I was good at sales. I was good at being a manager of different companies at the time. I think my max pay was maybe 80,000. And I knew that I needed to make more money, but nobody was paying me more or offering me more because I didn't have a college background, education, whatever. So the insurance industry opened the door for me to where they basically just gave me an opportunity, to where Blue Cross and Blue Shield at the time gave me an opportunity where I can get the license. But when I got that license, they didn't pay me a salary. That was straight commission. All they provided me is the office, a phone, and leads. Now, I didn't realize how beneficial, how much of a good situation I really have. And then again, this is one of my mistakes. But I started making very good income, six-figure income within a very short period of time, because I just knew one thing I can do: make phone calls, make appointments, sit down with the people and share with them the options for their health insurance plan. And when I did that over a period of time, I started creating an income that consists of residual and things of that nature. Within about 2 years, it was 150,000. So that opened my eyes up to it gave me the confidence knowing that I can do it. I can make six-figure income. I found a vehicle, which is basically a product that I was able to get out and help people with, that gave me a good return back. Now, fast forward, right around 2 years into that, after some training, after some different things, I became part of a company called Primerica. I was exposed to some different training, business, leadership, some other avenues. It jump started me into real estate, where a friend was doing real estate and he was flipping properties. And I asked him, can I do a property with you so I can understand the process to learn this? And luckily, he gave me an opportunity. I did the labor. He provided the money. We bought a condo. I did the labor, cleaned it up, painted it, patched walls, did all kind of different things. Plumbing, when it came down to plumbing and electrical, I didn't do those things. He did those. So it was a partnership. So we partnered up. Okay. So that's where the benefit of partnering with people can help you speed up the process. That if you're wanting to do something, sometimes you have to find people to partner with. That's where I have really excelled my life, because I realized that, hey, I don't know everything. I don't expect to know everything, and I don't need to know everything. I find people who are better at certain things than I am, who do know certain things that I don't know. And then together, because we partner on an idea or a project or whatever, then together we make money. Period. Together we make money. Everyone has the same ability, but so many people are just stuck on not understanding how relationships are built in this world is more important than education. Sometimes you don't have to go to school for 4 years and go in debt 100,000 to learn how to be an electrician or how to be a plumber. You go work with somebody who's already doing it, and they'll teach you faster because you're learning daily. Every day you go to work, you're going to learn something new. So you're earning and learning at the same time. So learning and earning at the same time. Very simple. So the same thing with what I've learned is that instead of me having to try to create and learn everything, I just kind of partner with people to do things together. And when we do it, we succeed with it. It's a win-win. And then we got a story. All right. So it's a story that you create every time you accomplish something. So I thank you for listening to my channel. Again, I know that this is something that I kind of started today just by starting to do my lives, and my lives are basically here to help benefit those individuals who are looking to learn anything about building your brand, building an online presence from LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, or any of these different channels. Building your brand is the most important thing that I can tell anyone in today's world, that it does not matter where you currently are. That if you're working with somebody for right now, that's fine. But on the side, set up an LLC, set up a business. I will show you how. If you want to learn more, you can go to my manfreeandassociates.com. You can join our community for free. You can plug into the system of other mastermind people that we're creating to learn from them. And the steps that you take, and you keep learning each day by asking questions and things of that nature. 2025 can be your best year to where you build confidence in yourself. Majority of people don't have confidence in themselves that they can do this or build a business of their own, because they just are not being exposed to the right leaders. They're not being exposed to the right systems or the right information. And YouTube and all these different channels can be overwhelming. They can get you lost in the weeds. And sometimes you just need a coach. You just need a mentor. You just need somebody to plug into that can help you move faster. And that's all I really want to do, is help people move faster, create a different income, cash flow, build your confidence, get you doing things that are productive, that are going to make you better in your future. So if I do appreciate your time and being on here if you're listening. But Renee Manfree, thank you very much. You have a great day. Bye-bye. And to end this, before I go. So I don't know if I can put this on here, but I'm going to try to share some things in here. Let's see. digitalpronow.com is one of the websites where you can go to. Let's see. You can learn more at manfreeandassociates.com. That's manfreeandassociates.com. So again, I'm putting this in a messaging, which I'm not sure if you're going to be able to access this anywhere. But these are basically two things that you can do to learn more. All right. Thank you very much. Again, Renee Manfrey. Have a great day. Bye-bye.